call the Cottrellville Township Board meeting for January 12th, 2022 to order, please. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, roll call, please.
Tom?
Here.
Bev? Here. Mary Agnes?
Here.
Carl?
Here.
Sherry? Here.
Okay, agenda approval with additions and deletions. The first one, we're going to add on the Kelly Law Firm invoice for $28. Under new business, we're going to delete resolution number 2204 to discontinue paying employees work once done remotely by computer. We're going to add in number 2022-02, which is the investment and depository designation requested by the treasurer. Number 7, we're going to do request to remove and delete the Cottrellville Township COVID-19 Preparedness and Response Plan. Number 8, we're going to request by the DPW beginning changing over to new water meters for the township from HydroCorp meter sales because of the existing meter replacements are 8 months behind in supply. And the 9th one is approval of the Township Board to authorize Attorney Janelle Mossett to file court action against 7503 River Road, Mr. Kevin Rainey. And I think that's it. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda with those additions, please?
I make a motion to approve them for the.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Roll call vote, please.
Tom?
Yes.
Carl?
Yes.
Mary Agnes?
Yes,
Bev?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes.
motion carried. I don't want to hit it too close to Carl. Okay, the next thing is the consent agenda itself. Approval of the regular minutes of the Township Board for December 8th. We've got reconciliation of tax account 3905 as of November 30th, 2021. Reconciliation of checking account number 5667 as of November 30th, 2021. Cash summary report by account general fund for November 30th, 2021. Funds 101, 204, etc. Also, Cottrellville Township investment reports as of November 30th, 2021. From the clerk's office, we have revenue and expenditure reports beginning December 1st and ending December 31st, which is 22 pages. We have approval of paychecks, payroll dates from December 1st through December 30th of 2021, gross total amount in the amount of $24,470.80. Paychecks number 2979 through 3006. And the approval of accounts payables, $9,873.30 plus the approval of the Kelly Law Firm invoice for $28. And that's for November 1st through November 30th. And then $52,662.22, checks number 21059 through 21086, 28 checks in total for accounts payable that are already paid. We have correspondence. The Marine City Fire Authority Department runs for the department for the month of December and the entire year of 2021. And the correspondence from Ira Township is also the fire runs for their December. We have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented, please, and pay the bills.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda to pay the bills.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
I'll second.
All right, we have a second. Motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye by roll call vote, please.
Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Carl?
Yes.
Bev?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes.
Okay, the next item is open session. Anyone in the audience that wants to address the board may do so at this time, as long as it's something about the agenda. However, there's nobody in the audience but 2 guests. All right. The next item is unfinished business. This is for the United Way of St. Clair County, that 211 service. We've been kicking this around for 3 months, and I'm getting tired of putting it on the agenda, so I think we gotta settle. We either gotta go for it, offering them $1,000 a year for 5 years for 211 service for St. Clair County and Cottrellville, or drop it.
Well, I
It's your
still
pleasure.
haven't, I still haven't, went to say yes that we would give this money, because we still have the problem with the phone systems. And if you can't get the calls through, I don't think it's gonna be helpful to us. If we were further away from the water, it would be fine, but it's just the tower doesn't work the way it's supposed to.
So your motion is to
Not.
refuse to
Yeah.
supply the grant funding? Okay. Do we have a second? I'll support. All in favor signify by saying aye, please, by roll call vote.
Tom,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
Mary Agnes,
Yes.
Bev,
What was is this for voting for it or against?
Against it. You-
Against,
you
yeah,
made the
okay,
motion
yeah,
to-
right, okay, I wasn't, just when you said yes, I don't know. But
So-
I vote yes then.
Sherry, yes.
Okay. Motion carried. We won't be supplying that 211 stuff. Okay, new business. Our guest speaker, or our first guest speaker, is St. Clair County Board Commissioner Representative for our Commissioner District Number 7, Commissioner Dave Vandenbosch. Mr. Vandenbosch would like to tell us about some tornado sirens that he's arranged for our township. You want to go up to the microphone, and that way the people at home can hear it too.
They're actually picking up,
They're going to get us to it.
wow. Oh, I hope it works out.
Thank you, sir.
This is the actual map of where they're actually at right now.
We didn't get one.
Huh?
We didn't get siren.
You don't have one. That's what I'm working on.
Here we are.
With our ARPA funds for the county, actually Chairman Bohm wanted to give each district X amount of dollars. And his idea was to spend it on something out of the ordinary, try and find a great project to work on. And we started this in looking at this because I met with the fire chiefs and asked them what they thought. And actually, one out of the district came up, Dave Wester from St. Clair. Why don't you work on weather sirens? I said, oh, good idea. Because we just got them all working with the county just in the last 2 years. All 54 in the county work and are tested, and we have a great system in place right now to maintain them. And I go, we've got some huge gaps after the county made the map up for me, and you can see the big holes we have in certain sections of the townships. And I presented this to some of our township supervisors, and everybody seemed to be really well accepting of it. So we came up with a program with West Shore. They're about $25,000 a siren each. That's fully, that's installed and fully working. And they run off the VHF system, off the former fire pager system. So we don't have to have a communication line hooked to them. And we preliminary went to each township separately and kind of got a wish list. And we talked to Mary Agnes. She goes, well, what if we have 2? And I go, well, I think that would be a great filler for the township here. And Clay's already requested 6. Because right now we have 0 on Harson's Island, which is one of the most hit areas in St. Clair County for tornadoes, and we don't have a single siren on it. It's been hit 3 times in the history of the island already, and we don't have a siren on it, which doesn't make much sense to me. And China's actually requested 4 right now. And what Cottrellville asked for 2, and I even reached out to Casco, which isn't in my district, but I thought it would make a great idea to help finish filling the area up. So we're looking at 15 additional plus 1 in the Columbus Township Park, or the county park. It's up to 15. So, and the current sirens in that area, we have about 13. From Ira up to East China, we have 13 sirens. And I think this would be a great addition to the community. With the county flipping the bill for $250 and then the local match about $125,000. So right now we're looking at each siren's $25,000, and that would put, I was gonna do the math on that and I didn't, but we're looking at 1/3 for a local match. And the county will actually administer the whole program, get them installed through emergency management, would actually run the program for us, so we wouldn't have to, each township wouldn't have to worry about setting up installation. And
So we can have 2 for 16 grand. Boy, that's pretty darn good.
I was thinking it's a pretty good price. And by buying them through the county, we've actually held there's no price increases. It's gonna be a 2019 price, which with our buying power, we're getting away with that right now because they don't know what the price is gonna be. We've already ordered them because he can use them. West Shore Siren's gonna actually do it. They're the state contractor for it. And
When do you anticipate,
I want them
construction?
up and running before the spring storm
spring?
season.
okay.
What's the distance that they project the sound?
We usually go 3 miles. That picture there has got a 1 mile circle because I failed to tell the GIS program to do 3 miles.
Because these look like they're on top of one another, and that's why.
Some are close. Like
Yeah.
East China's very close because that's a very narrow township.
Yeah.
And they run 3 right in East China alone. Our main goal is to cover areas like parks. One here at your park would be a perfect location for it because it lets people know that might not have their phone on them or might not have paying attention to their phone. They're watching the kids' soccer game, watching the kids play. Another great one is Mary Agnes brought up at one of our meetings. She'd love to put one at your waterfront park just to help protect the campers at the state park because they may not have regular communications there. And it's just an audible warning to, hey, everybody take shelter.
Yep.
That's another reason why Artie Bryson wants to put 3 on the island. He wouldn't necessarily need 3 to cover the whole island, but he wants to project as much as he can out into Muscatine Bay to help some of the boaters. Because right now, we got nothing out there. So, and we all know how great our cell phones work in this area. And I'd like to say the wind system is a great system, and it does work as long as you've got signal. So the siren's gonna go off regardless. And they're tested once a month, and twice a year they're actually physically monitored for a test. They have a program now with the local ham operators. 1/3 of the county is checked physically. There's somebody sitting at the siren every Monday, first Monday of the month. They actually physically make sure that siren works. The siren actually tells dispatch if it's working or not working, but we actually have a physical backup system, so they come and watch it.
What time of the day do they do that, Dave?
1 o'clock, first Monday of the month,
Okay.
if we want to or not.
Okay.
And that's some of the funds that and this project's gonna cost about $250,000 for the county. And, some of the communities that don't, like Algonac and Marine City already have their sirens. We're working with them for, Marine City's gonna get some backup generators for their warming centers and cooling centers that we set up in case there's a disaster. And then Algonac's gonna work on, some playground equipment for the special needs kids. So, and backup generators for their lift stations, so. That's what I wanna try and spend my money on. Well, the money we're allotted from ARPA. But, so, any questions?
Those are 360,
Mm-hmm.
and one out here in the park would probably be a good idea. The other one's kind of close to the river. Is there any way we can put that maybe down Roberts Road where that antenna site is from the government?
Oh, actually, absolutely.
That would get a little bit more this way.
Mhm.
It's just a thought, I mean,
We've got property there?
that's government property though.
No. Well, if you put it in the state park, they're not gonna go for that, are they?
Not the state park, down on Roberts Road, where all those antennas are for the old Nike base and
Yeah, but
stuff.
they're not gonna let you go
No,
in there, they just.
Is there,
sell that with McEwen.
yeah, because right now they are really frowning on private property. If we can get it on a piece, I'll check with Kurt Weston with the road commission, because he owns some, the county owns some small chunks of land in different places around the county, because we're looking at maybe some places on western China too. We're looking for a spot over there. So I'll check and see with him if he can find something.
over on Roberts Road where all those antennas are, that's
Yeah.
federally owned or something there, I know.
But if there's a piece that's in a right of way along the road someplace too, because they only need a telephone pole, basically, is the construction.
Where in Clay, are they doing anything close to us?
They were gonna try and move them to the north side of the township, since you guys offered to help them out with with the park that way, that they would put some more closer to your border to give some more coverage that way, which that whole meeting brought, I was so impressed with the township supervisors working this out. I just kinda stood there and they go, well, we'll move one a little south, you move this one a little north and try and get better coverage, and it was a very, very productive meeting, and,
Well, that's good that way then.
yeah, instead of trying to worry about, your contiguous spot, what's best for the community, and that's what this whole project's about. If we can
Yep.
save one life with this, it's huge. And by getting everybody to work together, it helps get these projects done.
Well, John from China Township said he was gonna put us one close for our northern border there.
Yeah, he
so
was gonna
that
try and get one moved further
Further
south,
south for
because
us.
that one
That
at
was
their
great.
township park would actually would reach fairly well into Cottrellville.
Mm-hmm.
So. He wants 4, and that's a lot of sirens in one.
Yeah.
He originally wanted 5, and I'm like, why don't we do 4? So, because they're loud. John's gonna put one by Pine River School to try because all the kids playing outside there.
Yeah.
And it targets like that, so.
So what do we have to do tonight, just okay it?
Well, I'm not looking for an okay, I just wanted to bring it to everybody's attention, and the county is going to put together, she just got the supposedly final information on ARPA funding this week. And she's just got some boilerplate language similar to which we use for the road commission. And it'll be the same language as the road commission projects.
Okay.
So, and I'll get that down to you guys. I just wanted to bring it to everybody's attention.
Yeah. I thank you. Anybody else got any questions? Carl, what about you? You got any questions?
No.
Could you hear everything Dave was saying?
Yeah,
Okay, very good. All right, well, I think you got our permission on board with this. I think,
We appreciate it.
I'm excited about it. Do you
I
want
am
these
too.
back, or?
No, you guys can keep
Can
them.
we keep 'em?
You're my last one on this one. So, because Casco passed it before I could even get the maps made.
Well, that's good.
Casco's not my district, but I think it really ties
Yeah.
fills a spot on the map much better. And we can get everything south then of 32-mile road warm. And like I said, we're gonna try and get one thrown in. I was trying to use, Nancy Windsor's budget for the Parks and Rec to do
Yeah.
the one in the county park at Columbus.
Columbus?
And
She didn't wanna give the money
She
out?
doesn't wanna give me, she goes, you got money, you spend your money, your park. So we'll see. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, our next new business, number 2, request for approval of application for renewal of the right-of-way permit between the township and the road commission for our DPW and other contractors that are hired to work in the right-of-way of the road of our township, for the township. Our resolution number is R2022-01 for this maintenance permission with the county. We have a motion to, I renew these every year, so I won't read it out loud, but I need a motion to approve the right-of-way maintenance permit application.
I'll motion to approve.
Okay, Carl?
I'll second.
Okay. Okay. We have a motion to approve. All in favor signify by saying aye, please. Roll call vote.
Tom,
Yes.
Bev,
Yes.
Mary Agnes,
Yes,
Carl,
Yes.
Sherry, yes.
motion carried. Thank you very much. The next item is a request from Assessor Barb Schutt to receive reimbursement of the certification payment voucher that was sent to the state tax commission in the amount of $175. I would so move to reimburse Barb Schutt.
I'll second it.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye, and roll call vote, please.
Bev,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Mary Agnes,
Yes,
Sherry, yes.
motion carried. Thank you very much. The next item is request for a resolution number 2203. This resolution is to rescind the motion for paying employees for time off for COVID-19 as of June 8th, 2020. That's when it stopped. However, we have an employee that we have to reimburse, and I didn't catch it, so I guess it's my fault. But this is an ordinance to take care of that. I'll suspend with reading it. I don't know, did I get it?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
in the
it's in your
packet.
stuff. Did you get a chance to read it?
Yeah.
All right, if you have any questions, then I would entertain a motion to approve the rescinding of that.
Is it the plan that you're rescinding or just paying the person?
No, it's just it's not the plan. The
Okay,
plan is a little bit further down.
Yeah, that's a different item.
Right. So it was just that one incident? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a resolution to rescind the motion for paying employees for time off during COVID-19 while the township hall was shut down during the governor's mandate to hold no public meetings or office hours, and since the office formally opened on June 8th, 2020, is designated by the state of Michigan. We are taking care of it because it was in the plan that we had, and we'll be taking care of that plan as well. But that's later in the meeting. Well, I would move to approve the rescinding of this, approving of this resolution that rescinds it.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion on the floor. Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. By roll call vote, please.
Tom,
Yes.
Bev,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
Mary Agnes,
Yes,
Sherry, yes.
motion carried. Thank you very much. The next item is the request for a resolution for 2204. We're taking that off. That's to discontinue paying employees hours done remotely by computer. We're going to replace that one with resolution number 2204. We're going to add in 2202, which is one that Treasurer Kopek would like to have for township investment and depository designation. Tells the township what banks we can utilize to hold our money. And it's something that we do every couple years.
It's been a little longer than that, though, I think, this
Yeah.
time, yeah.
So, do we have a motion to approve 2202 for the investment
I make a motion to
depository?
approve this.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve 2202. All in favor signify by saying aye. By roll call vote, please.
Carl,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Mary Agnes,
Yes.
Bev,
Yes.
Sherry, yes.
Okay. The next item is request for approval of resolution number 2205. Resolution confirming the employee deputies working under the elected officials' title and responsibility. Is there anybody that has questions on that?
I was gonna say, basically, though, that is in the, Michigan law.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
state statute, but we,
Yeah.
like I say, we have an employee that wants to make sure that we have it in writing, so.
Okay.
It's a resolution confirming the employee deputies working under an elected official, their title and responsibility. Do we have a motion to approve 2205?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve 2205. All in favor signify by aye. Roll call vote, please.
Tom,
Yes.
Bev,
Yes.
Mary Agnes,
Yes,
Carl,
Yes.
Sherry, yes.
motion carried, thank you very much. Number 7 is an additional one, request to remove and delete the Cottrellville Township COVID-19 Preparedness and Response Plan dated May 15th, 2020. This plan shall be rescinded and not replaced as of this date, which is January 12th. This same employee came in and said that she saw it on the agenda and she didn't feel it should be rescinded unless we have something else in its place. It's not necessary for us to rescind it in the first place, but she wanted it that way, so we did. What I want to know is, I have this one and one that she brought me today, but the one that she brought me today might be too old for what we have, so I'm gonna check into it, but I run out of time today, so, if you wanna rescind this now, and then, have me write the new one, that's fine. If you wanna not rescind this yet, until we get the new one written, it's totally up to you.
Well, I think the pay is what we just talked about,
Somehow the verbiage is different though, and
Yeah,
it
I
needs a
know, and I
lot to
thought
be
we could either
interpreted, so.
rescind like this with the pay and keep the rest of it, for the time being, because.
Well, I don't wanna do it in sections, you either keep it all, or you
don't wanna
trash
do
it.
Yeah.
So, I can redo it.
We
But
can
either way-
rescind this and bring a new one next
Yeah.
month.
Next
Yeah,
month,
yeah,
I'll
because-
have it done for you, yes.
Yeah, we got that. I ran off a couple of things, Nicole ran off a couple of things, so
Okay,
they get a lot on the internet.
okay, all right, so do we wanna delete this with this, request to remove this?
Well, if you don't want to rescind part of it, then,
No, I'm
It'll
not
be all
taking
of
it
it,
apart in
yeah.
front of everybody here. I
Okay.
wanna sit down and go piece by piece, make
Okay.
sure everything is, all our bases are covered.
okay.
So this plan shall be rescinded. Do I have a motion to that effect?
No motion.
Okay. We have a motion by Carl. I'll support it. All in favor signify by saying aye, please. By roll call vote, please.
Bev,
Yes,
Tom,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
Mary Agnes,
Yes.
Sherry, yes.
Motion carried. Thank you very much. The next item is number 8, request by DPW to begin changing over new water meters for the township from HydroCorp meter sales because the existing meters replacements are 8 months out on supply to us and parts, and representation is going to be by our own DPS Superintendent, Chris Hilton. Mr. Hilton, will you please state your business?
Yeah, so this is brought up for a couple of reasons. Our current water meter system is aging. They're getting up to around 15 years old. Life expectancy's 15 to 20. We are seeing some failures, not some, we're seeing quite a bit of failures in the meters. Meter bodies, these are mechanical meters, so meter bodies are stopping. Radio read systems are failing, so we're having some issues. So we've been kind of researching different meter manufacturers anyway. 2 of the other communities I worked for, I've shifted away from the meters that we had there. We are actually with cam strip meters, which is the meters that we're looking at here as well. A couple reasons. The census meters that we are currently using are 8 months out. I thought the guy was joking when they called him and asked him what the lead time was, and he didn't say months. He told us, like, I don't know if he said 40 weeks or something. And I'm like, 40 weeks? That's like a long time. We need meters. So at that point, we decided that it was time for us to start looking at the cam strip system. I'm using cam strip system elsewhere. Meters are great. They're a solid state meter, so there's no moving parts. They're ultrasonic meters. They will allow you to do a few different things, like in the city of Baltimore, I use them. We have an AMI system there, which means all the meter reads come to my desk hourly. We're not having that here. That's something to let you. It's kind of the system they have.
I'm not giving Michelle any more work.
Ira Township, we use the AMR system, which is the system that I'm recommending here for Cottrellville Township. Just because the township is so vast, with the AMI system, you need separate towers that pull in the reads. The AMR system is a drive-by
Can we
system.
run it off a weather siren?
You can put them on sirens, you can put them in a lot of different places, but it doesn't really make sense because of the amount of endpoints that we have here and the, you know, the landscape. So we do a drive-by system now. The cam strip meter system is still a drive-by system. But with this drive-by system now, these are our readers. You know that the last time we purchased a meter reading device for the last meter system we have, I think we're $8,000 to $10,000. So these are our meter readers. We can use tablets, they're $100. It's cheap, so.
Laptop, anything, huh?
Yeah, anything that we can get, we just have to connect to the little handheld device that comes with this system, so.
How do they compare to the costs of the other ones,
Yeah,
with
so
parts and everything?
What you would think, you know, the technology in these meters are far and above what we have. Cost-wise, the old meters there are three components with the old meters. There's the meter themselves, there's an MXU that takes the meter read and then transmits it into a radio signal, then there's an antenna, so there's three pieces. The three pieces for a 3/4 inch meter are about $345 per meter. Cam strip meters are $200, and the antenna that we need that hooks onto them are $23. So we're actually saving money with these meters, $223 for a 3/4 inch meter. 1 inch meters are a little more expensive, but they are $108 cheaper than the current meters we're using. So it's a cost savings with the meters. There's a cost savings with the reading device. With the new meters as well, what they will have is they hold a history on the meter themselves. So if we have a customer that says, I have a high bill, there's no way I use this water, it's impossible, the meter's broke, you're ripping me off, we can go out there, we take our device and we will pull a report from the meter, it'll give me hourly usage for that meter for a year. So I can look at it and I say, well, Mr. Jones, what happened between January 3rd and January 14th? You were using 100 gallons an hour. Oh, I did have a pipe break, but I didn't think I could, so the customer service piece is huge. Like, we use it in both communities. It's really saved us any kind of debate or arguing or anything like that. So that portion of the meters are awesome. Availability, 4 to 6 weeks. So it's not as quick as everything used to be. These are also made in Georgia. The other meters that we bought were made in China.
Guess I have to ask you that.
Yeah, I already knew it was coming. I didn't even have to open it. I knew that was coming. So, Cam Strip Metering is a Danish company. They're from Denmark. That's where they originally had them. These meters have been in place in Denmark for 30 years, this technology. They started selling them in the United States. Ira Township was the first community to put those meters in.
How long have you been using them there, Chris?
I've been using them. They did use me for guinea pig, and I got a really good deal though.
That's what I figured you did.
But it was great technology. I've been using them for about 10 years over in Ira Township.
So we'll get 40 to start with, and you'll have 2 readers until we phase the old ones out and get all these
Yeah. So the idea.
eventually.
So we looked at it 2 different ways. We looked at doing a complete change out. There's a lot of money up front to do a complete change out. One thing that Cottrellville Township did, which I appreciate, is a few years back we came to you and asked you to put a meter replacement fee on the water bill. So when meters needed to be replaced, we were generating revenue. We've generated enough revenue to cover this initial cost that we're asking for. So what we did a couple years ago helped us out today. So that's our intent, is to phase them in. We'll get 41 inch, 43/4. Some of those are going to be going for new construction, because if you notice, I'm sure in the building department, we're getting building permits coming through. We don't have meters to put in those homes, so we need to get meters.
What's the closest distribution? Is it one in Michigan?
Yeah, HydroCorp, the company you referenced, they're the local supplier for Michigan.
Okay.
I'm not sure where they're out of, but I have a really good working relationship with that guy. He came over from Neptune. We used to use Neptune everywhere, but Cam Strip is kind of everywhere now. Clay Township just started a full change out with Cam Strip meters as well. So,
and the life expectancy on these is
20 years.
20 years?
Yeah, that's a life expectancy.
Because that's what they told us about the ones we have now.
Yeah,
And
back then,
we
they
put in
give
all
you a
the new
little
ones
slant.
out in the country in 2008, 2009, and we did all of the river,
And
all
they're-
except the trailer park,
Yeah.
on a different year, but it was sometime between 2008 and 12, because that's when I was deputy clerk. And those are all failing too?
Yeah, those are failing. And again, there's three components to those meters, so unfortunately, it's, one component fails, you have to replace that component, but then we have, then once that component's replaced, the meter itself will fail, you know, so you're kind of chasing it. With these meters, it's one component, and the antenna is just, if the meter's in the house, it doesn't need the antenna, it's a $200 meter. If the meter's in a pit, then you have to put the pit antenna on it so we can get the signal out. So it's not like it's a separate component that can fail, it's an antenna that extends the range. So.
Nothing a lawnmower can hit, right?
Lawnmowers can hit everything, so it'll be right on the lid, so hopefully but no guarantees, but it's a $23 part, so if they scrap those, like these MXUs, when they scrap them, it's a $200 and some dollar part that we gotta replace, so yeah, phasing them in over time, availability is pretty good, the history of the meters, I've used them, no problems. The leak detection on them is way better than leak detection on our mechanical meters. It can pick up super low flows. And so the other thing it'll do is when we bring the reader back in, or actually just shoot the reads to billing, you'll be able to generate a report and it'll give you alerts, say, there's leaks at all these homes.
Say 10 years down the line, we need to get something like New Baltimore has where they can do it from the air.
Yep.
Is there a chance to incorporate what we already have?
So if we are looking to do that, if that is a thought, then we would have to change the type of meters for the 3/4 meters. They'd be a little more expensive on the front end, but they can be reprogrammed to an AMI system. Currently, these meters are a little cheaper because they're an AMR only meter.
I wonder if we should do that just for along the river where the houses are so close together.
My recommendation would be if don't do a hybrid system with AMI and AMR, because it's two different types of technology. If you do an AMI, I love the AMI system. I think it's a great system. Just because you have, like I get an email every day at work of all the homes that have a leak, a burst, somebody messed with the meter, it went dry. I get temperature of every meter inside and outside, so I know the water temperature going through the meter. I know the temperature where the meter is sitting. So we can help prevent breaks in homes from water, if something freezes. So the technology is really cool. So like I said, the AMI system is really cool. I don't think for the additional cost that it makes sense for.
Nothing that would be interested in even 10 or 15 years in, huh?
I don't think so. I think with the technology that you're gonna see on these new meters, it'll probably be, unless we have multiple subdivisions start going in, I don't see it being super beneficial.
All right.
Personally.
Well, let's play it safe then and just, okay, anybody else got any other questions? Do you need a motion to approve the startup costs of this pricing for the AMR system in the amount of $30,627.80? And I would so move.
I'll second it.
All in favor signify by saying aye. By roll call vote.
Carl,
Yes.
Bev,
Yes.
Mary Agnes,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Sherry, yes.
Motion carried. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Don't wait too long to order the next batch. Now, what I'll do is I'll make sure when Bill issues a building permit for a new house, that he lets you know right away to get one ordered, to make sure we have a supply all the time.
Yeah,
Okay?
we'll have all of these I'm gonna order tonight when I get home. I'll send an email and I'll order
Okay.
these. And then, once I have these ordered, he knows that we're a customer, he'll keep some in stock, so they'll be available.
They're on the shelf that you can get it.
Yes.
Okay, all right, that's good. Keep that guy happy. All right, what's our next item here? Oh, approval of the Township Board to authorize the attorney Janelle Mossett to file court action. Everybody knows what that's about. She just needs to go ahead. The previous attorney had said that he would have it done by the end of November, and we're done with December, and we're in the middle of January, and so I don't know what else to do to get their attention except let them tell it to the judge. Do I have a motion to approve turning this over to our township attorney?
I approve. No motion.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
All right, we have a motion and a second to turn this over to the attorney. All in favor signify by roll call vote, please.
Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Bev?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Carl?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you very much. I have, since we have no public, we don't have any public comments, we have an announcement that the treasurer's office received a check for the 2021 St. Clair County Parks and Recreation millage for the Cottrellville Township in the amount of $17,349. So we're thankful for that. We also have a thing from the Marine City Chamber of Commerce that they're having a chili cook-off. So, and that's February 5th on 300 Broadway from 2 to 7. It's $25 for a chili registration, but if you're gonna cook, you gotta have a commercial kitchen. So, but it doesn't say you can't come and sample. So, and the people that are taking the samples will be voting on the winner. And I don't know, do I have anything else, guys? I think that's it.
Mary Agnes?
Yes, sir.
We were talking about getting the drop box to install on the wall under the window.
Yes.
Have you made a decision yet?
On buying one, yes.
Yeah. You have?
Yes, but I haven't got the price back from the guy to do the construction. And I'm not gonna open that wall up when it's 9 degrees.
0 degrees
I
tomorrow.
was thinking about that, and depending on the height of the box and everything, if you wanted to put it under the window, you have to make sure that the hole you're gonna put will be under the window and not through the window.
Not through the window.
Yeah. You wanna make sure that the hole you need is gonna be where you want it to be. And
Oh,
then
yeah,
you're
we're gonna
not
center, we're gonna probably center it under the window.
Yeah, under the window, but the height of the hole is what I was thinking about. You don't want that by a box that has a hole that's higher than the window.
No. When you return to the office, I'd like to talk to you about that, okay?
Okay,
All right.
I should be back, well, we're supposed to.
That's all right.
Storm on Sunday, so we're sneaking out here real early Sunday morning to beat the storm. So I should be there Monday.
Okay. All right. Anybody else got anything else to say? Any board member comments? Nothing? Then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn at, oh, I think I cut Carl off, 8:12.
I'm still here.
Oh, you're still there? Okay.
I'll second.
All in favor signify by aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you very much. Good night, everyone. Thanks, Carl.